Hi, we're back with part two. So what I thought I'd do, now that it's fully cured, is put some black resin line through here and then white on the edges, and then stick some of these possibly on this edge. What I thought I'd try and do, which I haven't done before, is mix some glitter with the resin and use this to pipe a bit more detail on. So let's go, we'll see how it ends. So some black drops in this one. See how you don't need very much and it colours it. Not as much resin in there, but it does colour it quite deeply. And then some white in here. And I think I'll just use that. Again, I haven't got much in there. The more you mix it, the more it will sort of colour. And so just going to drizzle it round. Being a little careful just to get it where I want it. Just thinking the contrast between the black and the white. I know I've got a dot there, so what I'm going to do is try and wipe it off with an alcohol wipe, and because that's fully cured it comes straight off, whereas if it was still tacky and hadn't thoroughly cured it would stick to it and there'd be no getting that off. Make this bit a little thicker. Ooh. Again, I'm going to have to try and wipe that off. There we go. So it is really handy to have wipes at your disposal. But the good thing about working with resin, until it's fully cured, you've got time to fix your mistakes and you can always do another layer to go over anything that you're not happy with. So there we are. I think that's, I mean, you're never going to get it usually fully off, but you can get majority of it and you can always go over it like I said. So my plan is to, got some of the gold things there that'll do, and go round this when we do the banding with some gold marker pen, or maybe possibly some gold resin. So Now we'll do the white. Haven't mixed very much of this up because I thought it's only the edges really that need it. And a good resin will be self-leveling, so where I've gone here it should just self-level itself out, but where it's kind of gone like a, not stringy exactly, but kind of blended in, we want that because geodes do have different lines, veins, rings in them. I just want to cover these edges that we didn't quite cover the other day. I might do some sort of swirl effect. I'll try and create like a veiny effect. Doesn't really matter on the edge because I plan to put some of these little shimmery hearts on there. But the resin will catch them and seal them on because it will act like a glue. Probably need some more making bits. We've got this clear board here and some glitter that I spilled. So this is just grease-proof baking paper. If you haven't got a silicone mat, you can use this. And I have, but it's just not at hand. So if you haven't got anything like that at hand, you can use this. It's not quite as good, but it will work. Your work shouldn't stick to it like it would any other surface. Now the edges around your design, you will need to either resin or gem them. And I plan to try and do a mixture of both on this, I think. Then we'll stick a little. So just pushing that out there just to meet the other resin. You can just sort of acrylic marker the sides as well, but it's always good to incorporate the sides into your design. Right, probably all the white I'm going to get out of this that I've pre-mixed up. So now what I'm going to try and do, I haven't used these before, is just to pipe some resin into one of these syringes with some glitter. Now I only want a line, not a ring, so shouldn't need too much. I'm hoping this will flow into here and it will give us more of a fine line, more precision. Shouldn't really be holding it over my piece in case it goes on, I guess. Seems to be working so far. Right, I can see it's getting to the bottom of the pipette now, so I need to be a bit careful. These pipettes are really easy to get on Amazon. They come, if you get a resin kit, they come with those. I'm thinking possibly on the edge here. And a bit went on there, but that'll be fine. Remember that you have a work time, so it will stop flowing easily and become a bit more congealed. I'm putting thicker bits and squeezing it 'cause it's not coming out flowing as easily as it was before, which defeats the object, I guess, of trying to get a line. There's not much colour here on this piece. See through it on the board. That's okay, it'll just give it a bit more dimension. It is covered with resin, so it's just a bit more of a different colour to it. So it's really not flowing as easily as before. I'm just squeezing out as much as I can. So then I thought I'd try and do the gold. I'm again just going to pour some resin. I know it's got the remnants of the silver, but mixed with all that gold, I don't think you'll really see it. So it's really starting to congeal, not flow. And this particular resin is craft resin. And it was stood approximately 3 to 5 minutes before I started this video. So I'm going to try and pour it into this syringe or pipette and see how we go. This craft resin is 1-to-1 ratio of mixing, which is quite an easy way to work. It's just equal parts. This is actually flowing quite well now. Not as much as it did when we first started working, but still not too bad. Right. Thinking I don't want to detract from the silver. Still some silver in it. I want the silver to still be shown next to it, but I'm just going around that silver bit with a thin line. And then I thought I'd do some in here. You might need both hands just to squeeze them out where you want it to go. So remember what we talked about before with banding? It's basically lines and veins throughout the piece. And they usually go round in circles or just lines for the main part, but they do sometimes have like spider webs effect coming off. So I might just use the rest of this now, dotted in amongst these gold little glass pebbles, if you like. Just to give them a bit of a pop, an extra shimmer. I plan to go around with an acrylic gold marker pen around the edge of this anyway. Then I'm hoping you'll get the contrast of both when it's finished. Yeah, I think that's about as much as I'm going to get out of that. Got a little bit left in here, so I'm just going to drizzle this on. Just a little more on here. Right, I don't need to get any more out of that. So I think I'm going to stick some of these on this edge here because it should contrast, well, coordinate with that side of things, the silver. What I could have done was leave it another 5 minutes or so, and then they wouldn't move around so much. It would, because it would be curing, it would just stick them into place without any movement. But I don't mind them moving. And while it isn't fully solidly in place, you have got time to manipulate it to where you want it. Maybe one more. So I was thinking of possibly putting some swirls in this black. I'm not really sure how this is going to go, but I wanted like swirls or veins. Just so that it doesn't look too uniform. Not liking this, so what I could do when it's dry, go over it again. Might go over it with some white, I think. Not really working all that well. Yeah, not really liking that, and I've got some extra here made up, so what I'm going to do, I think, is put a bit of, I know it's gone in the glitter, I've done that on purpose. I'm going to put a little bit of white in there, and possibly, because I haven't used this yet, it's just some pearlescent glitter. Give that a mix and put that over the black. I think a bit too much came out then. I do like veins and swirls, but I think possibly better. I think it's gone to like a paste. Doing that on another layer, possibly with marker pens. That's quite gold actually, but pearlescent as well. That's quite a nice colour. I'm just going to go around the edge. Don't mind if the colours sort of intermingle, as they would naturally in a geode anyway. See, we've covered up that bit of board with the glitter and colour anyway. It was resined on, but it just didn't seem to take the colour there. I think I might just add some on this white because I'm thinking it's starting to look a little starker than I'd like. So just a little bit of definition. Just with the little bit that I've got left, just to use it up. Right. I think that's done for now. Don't know if you can see all the shimmer and glitter that's in that. Don't know if the camera's catching that. But I'm going to leave that now to fully cure, and then after that I'll start doing some banding. See you again soon.